I want us to see how we can go about creating directories that we could put our files into. Directories are essentially folders, but in Unix you're always going to call them directories. So start getting used to that terminology. Instead of calling it a folder, call it a directory. Making a directory is really simple. We just say mkdir space and then the name of the directory we want. So I'm going to create one called testdir, dir, hit return, and it created it. It didn't give me any output there. If I do ls-la though, you'll see that it created it. If we come down here, it's the very last entry. You can see that it's a directory because it has this D at the front, and that differentiates it from just a standard file, which has a dash. Now if you were to try it again, and create the same directory again, you'll get an error letting you know that that file exists. It says file exists, but it's actually letting us know that the directory exists. And that makes sure that we don't accidentally overwrite something we don't mean to. Now, if we want to create a directory inside a directory, we can just pass in a path. mkdir testdir / let's say test1. That'll create the test1 directory inside testdir. It's just a path, nice and simple. So that'll work. What if I want to go too deep though? If we do test1 / test2, now I'm saying in addition to going inside the test directory, I want you to create two directories. The test1 directory that doesn't exist, followed by the test2 directory that doesn't exist. This won't work. If we try this, it'll come back and say, oops, sorry, test1 doesn't exist. In order to make it work, we need to pass in the -p option. P is for parents, the parent directories. So create all parent directories as needed until you get to the final directory that I've got. That's very helpful if we want to create a large directory structure. We can say, all right, not just this folder, but also these folders deeper down. Create all of them all at once. So that's a nice handy trick. And if we did ls-la and we'll type in the directory name, testdir, it'll give us the contents of that directory. The other thing that I think is kind of nice is the -v option. So we say make dir, -v is for verbose. And let's use that P option again, testdir, test1, and let's create another one called test3 that'll sit right next to test2. So there you see it gives me some feedback and lets me know which directories it created. If it created 4 directories, we'd have 4 entries there telling us each one that it created. That's really all there is to creating directories. Just make sure that you create a directory with a name that doesn't already exist, and if you can pass in a full path to the directory that you want, but if some of those directories in that path don't already exist, you'll want to also pass in the -p option so it'll create them as well.